Welcome to K.C.F.M.I Teachers Leadership Training 2018. This is Pastor Kenneth Richardson and Pastor Sandra Das. We are very happy to share with you this program because we believe it will enhance your spiritual growth and development, your teaching skills, and the importance of presenting the gospel of the kingdom. May the Lord bless you as you listen attentively to this lecture.
I want to talk to our adult Sunday school teachers for just a few moments, because you see, our adult teachers are actually leaders. Teachers are leaders. We know teachers teach, but teachers are more than just a teacher. Teachers are leaders. And so it's important that teachers just understand that simple concept, because it has a lot of ramifications. You see, teachers are leaders, therefore the Sunday school ministry is only as effective as their teachers. The truth of the matter is, our Sunday school will never be any better than the teachers in each classroom. If you want to have a great Sunday school, I'll tell you what, just get great teachers. And of course, if you want to have a sorry Sunday school, just get some sorry ones. If you want to have a great Sunday school, get some committed teachers. If you want to have a bad Sunday school, get some uncommitted teachers. You see, our Sunday school is only as effective as the teachers in every room on Sunday morning. Teachers are leaders, and therefore they effect our Sunday school. You see, my whole Sunday school philosophy can just about be wrapped up in one word, and that's simply this: teachers are miniature pastors, and Sunday school classes are miniature congregations. Now, what does a pastor do for a church? Well, he brings the Word of God to them. But that's exactly what a teacher does in a classroom. What else does a pastor do for a church? Well, he makes sure that the people's needs are ministered to. That doesn't mean he can do them all, but he has some kind of system, some kind of mechanism, some kind of people in place that would actually see to the fact that people's needs are being met. He's not only a proclaimer of the Word, but he's a shepherd of the people. And then he's also a leader. And that is, he leads the people to reach out to the community and touch others. So teachers are miniature pastors, and Sunday school classes are miniature congregations. Now, let me just talk to you a minute about our Sunday school vision statement. We find that, and I want to make sure that what we do is anchored in the Word of God. And so in the Bible, it says in Matthew chapter 4 and verse 23, it says, "And Jesus went about all Galilee," and it says he was doing three things. He was teaching in their synagogues, and he was preaching the gospel of the kingdom. The word preaching there is the same word in the Greek from which we derive our word to evangelize. He was out evangelizing. He was teaching in the synagogues. He was evangelizing by preaching the gospel. And then it says he was healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. He was ministering to people's needs. Thus, we get our three tasks of Sunday school: reach people, teach people, and minister to people. The same three things that we see Jesus doing here in Matthew chapter 4. But also we see Jesus in Matthew chapter 9 doing the same thing. In Matthew chapter 9 and verse 35, here it says he was in all the cities and villages. Before he was in Galilee, now he's apparently spread out. And it says he was doing three things. And it's a direct quote just about from Matthew 4:23. It says he was teaching in their synagogues. It says he was preaching, again, to evangelize. He was preaching the gospel of the kingdom. And thirdly, it says he was healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Again, we see Jesus reaching people, teaching people, and ministering to people. I have a conviction that we'll never be a Great Commission church if we don't have a Great Commission Sunday school, because the Sunday school is the largest organization in the church. And therefore, as we look at these three tasks, obviously the first two encompass the Great Commission found in Matthew 28, 18, and 20. And that is that we would go, make disciples of them, and then that we would teach them to observe all things whatsoever he's commanded us. And so we see even in the Great Commission the reach and teach aspect of our Sunday school, and that's the reason we call that our Sunday school vision statement. I want you to see that the teacher, the three roles of the teacher fit within the context of this, as I've mentioned earlier. But obviously, if we're to teach people, then somebody's got to teach. Well, that's the teacher. If we're going to reach people, then somebody's got to lead us to do that, and that's the teacher. And if we're going to minister to people, again, someone's got to lead and organize that class to do that. That is the teacher. Actually, the 3 rows of a miniature pastor fit right in with the 3 rows, the 3 tasks of our Sunday school. And so it's important that we understand our role and how it fits with our Sunday school vision statement. Now, let me move to another category, and that is our Sunday school vision strategy. Well, we've got a vision statement, reach, teach, and minister. We've got a vision strategy, and it's real simple. Two things: develop more leaders, birth more classes. That's what we've been doing for years. We constantly want to raise up new people and allow them to go exercise their spiritual muscles and start new classes. And obviously, the more classes we start, the more people we can assimilate into our church. And so it's important that as leaders, not just teachers, but as critical leaders in our church, you understand that we've got to always be developing new leaders. You see, it's important that you understand it because we develop leaders out of the adult division, of course. And so it's important that our adult teachers understand this. You see, I believe that the adult division of the Sunday school, and I want you to catch, I'm going to make a bold statement. I believe the adult division of the Sunday school is the most strategic area of ministry in the whole church, period. And that's my conviction. You can disagree if you'd like. But the reason I believe that is because it's out of our adult classes that we're reproducing leaders that allows us to start new classes or to put people in other ministries, whatever those ministries may be. And so it's our adult leadership that does that in our adult classes. You see, if the adult division of our Sunday school is the most strategic area of ministry in the church, I'm going to say something, teacher. That means you are the most strategic leader in our church. Let that sink in. And that's the reason it's important that you not only teach, but that you lead in such a way that we can develop more people and start more classes. Now, as we look at this, it takes us into our Sunday school vision structure. You see, our vision statement is to reach, teach, and minister. Our vision strategy is to develop new leaders and birth new classes. But our vision structure fits right in with this because, you see, we've got to do 2 things. We must align our personnel and our leadership with our 3 tasks, and we must allocate time to do the 3 tasks. And so it works just real simple. Let's look at structuring our leaders to the 3 tasks. What about reach people? Well, what do we want to do with that? Certainly, teacher, you have to lead in that, but you need to have an outreach leader who is actually going to carry that for you and see to the details that have to be done with that, because here's what I do know. You folks have real live jobs and families. You can only do so much. And so that's the reason that you lead that effort, but someone else has to administrate that effort for you, and that's called the outreach leader. And so we want to align a task, reach people, with a leader, an outreach leader. And then obviously we say we want to teach people, so we need to align a leader with that, and certainly in Sunday school everybody understands that that's the teacher. You teachers fill that position. And then thirdly, minister to people, and that's the reason we want care group leaders, because we must align a person with a task. Now I need to say this. More times than not, if there is no person aligned with the task is not being done, or at least is not done as effectively and as efficiently as what you'd like to see. Just like if there's not a teacher for the class, we're not going to have a very good Bible study probably this Sunday. We just show up and somebody's going to have to wing it. And the same's true with outreach, and the same's true with care group leaders. We've got to have people in these important roles. If these tasks are important, then it's important that we try to find people for those positions to align them with that. All right, now let me move to not only aligning our personnel and our leadership to our 3 tasks, but allocating our time to our 3 tasks. We've asked every Sunday school teacher to lead his class, her class, with a simple structure of 75 minutes that we have, and that is take the first 10 minutes for fellowship, take 5 minutes for announcements and promotions and the things that just needs to be communicated. And then we've asked that you would give the outreach leader 10 minutes. And then we've asked that you give the care group leaders 20 minutes. And then we've asked that you teach for 30 minutes. Now, why is it that we want to do this? It's because, again, we want to make sure that we not only align a leader with each task, but we want to make sure that we allocate some time to each task, because this I do know, if the task is not given any time on Sunday morning, it becomes out of sight, out of mind, we forget it, and we just don't do it. And that's the reason it's important that we allocate our time to line up with our 3 tasks of Sunday school, because you see, this keeps us focused. This keeps us intentional. Sunday schools across America, let me tell you, they're all over the map. I mean, they're just grabbing for different things to do because nobody's ever sat down with a biblical conviction to say, here's where we're going to head. And so what we've tried to say is, here's the 3 things that we believe are biblically before God the right things to do. So let's make sure that we line up a leader with each 3 tasks, and let's make sure that we give each 3 tasks the appropriate time that it needs on Sunday morning so that we keep it before the people, and we stay focused on that task, and we stay intentional with those tasks by that alignment of both personnel and time. Now, lastly, let me say this. Sunday school teachers, you got to get this. I'm just telling you, if you don't get it, the people out in your classes are not going to get it. I mean, it really starts with you. You're the rock, if you will, that hits the pond, that creates that first ripple. And if you're not the rock in your class, then we just don't have one. And so you've got to get this so they'll get this. And once you get it and you pass it on to them and they get it, I'm going to tell you now, we've mobilized an army toward reaching people, teaching people, and ministering to people. So let me end where I started, can I? That is, teachers, you're leaders. And I'm telling you, we want you to know you're empowered to act like one. We're not holding this ministry to our vest. We're wanting to give it away to you. I mean, you're the ones that's out there with the people every week. You're the ones that know the people in your classes. You know their needs, their hurts. You know those prospects. You know the makeup of those people. And I'm telling you, we're thrilled to have you as a leader. And we thank God for you.